gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're going to continue with making our pet sanctuary. Now this house has not particularly worked out quite the way I'd planned because the downstairs we can't remove the garage doors to make the interior all a sanctuary place for the animals. So we're going to try somehow to set it up in such a way that it doesn't look terrible with the garage doors, but I would have really liked to be able to close those off. I think the garden down here on the ground floor, we've got this big overhang section here, look. Maybe we can make a little patio and put a bit of seating for the humans, which would also be undercover in case it's raining and they need to keep an eye on the animals at the sanctuary. So we'll keep it fairly simple. I think we'll just make it a small square underneath this overhang. And I think we want something that'll kind of blend into the brick of the actual house itself. So definitely one of these paving slabs if the smaller sizes. And I think maybe this cobble irregular stone domes? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Domes? I don't know. Let's start at the actual door itself and hope, fingers crossed. I'm going to take a little bit of lining up. I always find the lining things up to be a little bit awkward. So there's just that little tiny gap where the doors are, because we've lined it up with the wooden door. So where the French doors are, there's this little tiny gap now. The things just don't quite meet, but it's very, very close. I think that's pretty good. So if we keep following the line along, so we'll make like a path along the side of the house to the driveway at the side here and hope that we can make this match up. So we've got a little gap, so hopefully we've got a smaller section that will fill that up. Right, we can't make it too wide, it's not quite enough space, so we'll just leave it the one slab wide, and we'll go one extra over this way just so it kind of leads into the garden at the side. And because the house has kind of got overhangs at the side, I thought that would be quite good to maybe put some hutches and cages and things underneath it to kind of protect the animals a little bit from the weather, for things that you maybe want to have outside. So, and I'm kind of thinking that we maybe have the main dog area here outside, because there's definitely some big dog houses that we can use in the outside. We might only use one big dog house though, because they're quite spacious, and then there's quite a lot of the smaller versions of dog houses, so I think we could make like a big section for keeping dogs until they can be rehoused. Yeah, there's a lot of space out the back here. We could maybe make this a big dog section. The cats are probably going to want more of an indoor section, because when they're outside they'll probably just wander off the property and go prowling around and exploring, and then they'll just come back mainly to eat and sleep. Because cats love to sleep. They sleep an awful lot of the day away, and then they come around at night and wake you up and want to fuss and demand food, because that's what my cats do. They sleep most of the day and wake up occasionally for food, and then during the night it's like meow meow, let me out, meow meow, let me in, meow meow, feed me, meow meow, give me a fuss. So yeah, the main cat area I think is probably going to be inside. I don't think there's anything in the inventory for cats for outside really. Because we're going to have cats and dogs, I think we probably won't have like bird feeders and bat boxes and things around this property. But maybe we can put some cats, not cats, what am I just talking about? Other animals outside, like rabbits, guinea pigs, gerbils and things, probably going to have to go inside. And there are some aviaries that were kind of used inside in some of the builds that we did before. So it'd be interesting to see if they will go outside as well, because that might be quite nice to put some of those outside. So that's what we're going to be playing around with. We'll see if we can set all of that up, and we'll see how it works. I've got big hopes for this build. We'll see how it goes. For the humans, this is going to be fairly simple. We'll use the Ambrosio terraced furniture. We'll use a table, and around it we'll just put a grouping of 4 chairs. So we've gone for the oak, the more rustic, unfinished looking finish of the oak. So there's 2 types of chair. I think the only difference is the cushions. One's plain and the other one's patterned. We're going to go for the patterned one. Ooh, these are a bit much. I think we'll go for the Roselle, because that matches quite nicely our colours, and we just wanted the pattern just for a little bit of added texture. And then one more around there. See, because it's all the like unfinished oak, it looks very natural, and in this sort of natural outdoors countryside setting, I think that's just nice. And it's all protected from the rain because of the overhanging terrace above, which the stairs go up to from the side. Picnic table might be quite nice, and maybe a hammock as well, just so that the humans have got places to hang out and lounge and keep an eye on the animals. Though of course if you're using the hammock, you're off duty, you've got to be off duty. There's going to probably be people living at this property as well, because it's an animal sanctuary. There's always going to have to be someone there just to make sure everything's safe. So it'll be a bit of a work environment and a bit of a living environment, so it's a bit of a mix. It's one of those difficult to decide how everything should work places, isn't it? Because it's both home and work at the same time. That base is not very big. I think we'll go for the one that has the bigger, more secure looking base, because if a dog barreled into it, some of the ones with the smaller looking bases, it looks like it would just tip it up and could land on the dog and do it harm, and it could hurt the human, of course, falling out of it as well. So we'll go for the one with the bigger base, so that's the Vito garden hammock. We'll go for maybe a darker wood, and beiges and greys maybe for the canvas and the I think grey, because I think if we go for the colours, I think it's just going to be a little bit too much for the throws and pillows. And we might play around with the pillow colours, because you could go for something a little bit different, but I think we might keep it simple. Yeah, I think we'll keep it simple. So beige for the cover and grey for the pillow and the throw. Now, where do we put this? The problem is I don't want to spread the furniture too much around the yard, because I want it to be mostly for the animals. I'm going with the animal sanctuary idea simply because it's the pet expansion. I've just had that as an idea. I just don't know how well it's going to work, which is kind of why I'd like to try it. Yeah, and I don't think we want to add flowers and things, do we? Because if you've got a lot of animals around, it's probably just going to get tipped up or dug up, or yeah. Can you imagine if you put a flower bed in with like 5 to 10 dogs in the property? You'd end up with everything just dug up, wouldn't you? Because they'd be like, oh, what's this? Oh, let me go scrabble, 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 and be gone. And if you've got rabbits and things, and you put veggies and stuff, they're just going to dig them up and eat them. So yeah, right. Where are the there's got to be pet stuff in the garden section, but I have no idea where it is. So that's going to be interesting, just looking for it. So we'll bear with me while we try and figure out where things are, because I don't know yet, because I haven't actually really done a lot with the actual animals, because I've been going through renovating all the houses and doing the jobs and things. I haven't actually done a lot with the pets yet. This is kind of one of the reasons I'm building this particular house and project, just to see what we can find, what's actually available. Even if the project itself is a huge disaster, we'll learn an awful lot about what's available in the property. See, there's that big doghouse, and then there's a kind of a slightly smaller but really fancy doghouse, so that's cool. So they're under recreation. Oh, guinea pig, look, guinea pig house. 3 more smaller versions of the doghouse, for probably for smaller dogs. a rabbit cage, chicken coop. Well, chicken coop's not really animal sanctuary is, but that could be nice for like a market garden place. Another couple of dog houses there in the lighter wood. We'd probably end up with a lot of mismatched dogs houses in this garden because I really want to see what everything looks like. It looks like there's a rabbit cage, so you've actually got a mesh cage with a little hutch inside it. There, look. And then you've got a guinea pig house, but it's not got a cage. That's interesting. Why have they not got like little houses for them to run free in the garden and then cages to keep them in for both? That's slightly odd, I think. Right, this is the big, fancy, posh dog house for your big dog. So we definitely need one of these. Do you know what? I think we'll probably try and put out one of every doghouse, which might not look great, but it will give us the option of looking at all of them and seeing what they're all like, and I kind of like that idea. I like the pale wood with the contrast with the darker frame. Yeah, I think I like the even deeper colour, not the really red wood, but the much darker woods. Don't like the black roof. Do kind of like that. Like that too. I think I prefer... Ooh, blue. Ooh, let's try that. That looks like that could be quite nice. I like the contrasts of the woods. Look, so we've got lots of different colours and different contrasts. So it's got like a little mat on the inside, but it'd be an easy wipe, won't it, if it gets wet outside. And then it's got a nice roof all the way over it for your dog, so even if it's raining, the dog should be safe in there because it's quite big. And it's kind of got a little porch on the outside for it to sit out and it'd be in the shade at the same time. Or maybe even you could have a couple of dogs utilising the house because it's got the side piece, so you could have one inside and one outside on the like porch, and they'd still have plenty of space. And then you can put the dog name on the front as well. Look, oh, that's kind of cool. Can't put a name on because we haven't got a dog. Oh, that's a good point. How do we actually put animals in? We pick animals up. See, the only two animals I've actually got on my property in my house as well are the ones we got from the jobs. I haven't actually had any from Morgan. I think we have to go back to the laptop and pick them up from Morgan, but can we put them in the job house? I haven't even tried that, you know. Oh, this is interesting. Right, so the Colossus small dog house. I think we might go with the matching blue roof. We're going to go with lots of different colours of wood, look, for contrast. So we're going to go with the pale front and then the darker reddish wood for that nice contrast. I really like that contrast, that pale wood with the deep, rich red framing. I really like that. See, with this one, look, it's got like lots of little throw pillow type things on the inside, look, so there's lots of variation of colours, but you can't really see it. As you're picking them, look, you just can't see what's going on inside, and you can put the name on the front again here. So do we put it down the side there? Or I think we might put it down the side... Oh, will it fit in this? Do you know, it could be quite nice to have it there, but to kind of overlap the path a bit. I think we'll put them down this side section. Now, where's the front? Oh, it's not very clear. Is that the front? I think that might be the front. It's not quite so clear, is it? Wait, the pillows were at the back, weren't they? It's really hard to see though, you can't really see the door very well. I think it's that way because the pillows were at the back of the house when we were looking at them in the purchase section. Right, so let's fasten this all together. And we've done quite well. We haven't left a huge gap to the fence, but we've left a little bit of space. That's pretty. I really like that actually. I like both of those. I think they are both absolutely gorgeous. Very nice. They're your luxury dog houses, those are, definitely. Right, so where were they? Oh wait, no, we should be in garden, shouldn't we? We've seen what's in the garden section first. And they were under, oh gosh, I've forgotten which section were they under. I've already forgotten. Oh no, where were they? Oh no, my brain. I have forgotten already. Where are they? Ay, ay, ay. I've lost them. Where were they? Which one was it? It's not furniture, is it? No. Definitely not lights. Was there? No. Definitely not plants. Recreation? Recreation animals. Right, remember that. Recreation animals. That's where the tab is. The animal section is under recreation. Oh dear. Yeah, see, the rest of the dog houses look a lot simpler. There's not a huge selection of dog bowls, look. There's like the one double dog bowl. Let's make it blue to match our blue roof. Let's put that near the little dog house, because the double one's kind of more for a smaller animal, and then you kind of want bigger bowls for a bigger animal. So fill it with water and fill it with food. There we go. And we need to do the same for the big dog, but I kind of would like bigger bowls for the big dog. For the indoors, we've got automatic feeders. I don't see the automatic feeders here, so can we do like classic dog bowl? So if we grab a couple of these, and we can put water in one and food in the other. I'll put them right next to the house. And we'll put them where the bit of the fence is so it doesn't walk in them. So we pop the food in, and then we want water in the... Oh, it doesn't give me the option to put water in, it just puts food in. There isn't a second... Where's the water bowl then? Is this fancy one the water bowl? Let's make it blue. Is that the water bowl then? Where do we put that then? Let's put it over here by the fence. And that is... food again. So where's the water bowl? I'm not going mad, am I? That's all the bowls. There's the dog bowl, which puts food in. There's the classic dog bowl, which puts food in. And then there's only the double dog. So if you want to give dog water, you've got to use the double dog bowl. No, that don't make sense. There should be a water bowl in those bigger separate bowls. Or the option to put either food or water in the bowl. That's the way it should work. There really is no other way to put water out, is there? That is so weird. Doghouse Lassie. Oh, bless Lassie! Lassie, the famous dog. So this should be for a bigger dog then. If it's called Lassie, that should be for quite a big dog. I think the paler wood with the red is the nicest version of that. See, that could go under the overhang, look, because it's quite small. It's definitely a lot smaller than the one there. Do you know what we'll do? I think we'll make a little row. We'll put like 2 of each, like side by side, to like make a bank of... Yeah, I think we'll do them... Yeah, this way. So we'll do 2 here, and then behind it, with the backs together, we'll do a different doghouse. So we've got like a bank of potential houses for any dogs that get brought to the sanctuary. It doesn't look great, but it's just giving everybody space to be alone and have their own spot. So this one's alright, so the Lassie one's kind of a flat roof. I was pressing the wrong buttons. And so the Lassie one's kind of a flat roof, and this one's a triangular roof, but they're about the same size, so they're probably for similar sized dogs. So that's Shepherd. So both of those are probably for fairly big dogs. This, Doghouse Rex, little round hole, that looks small. Yeah, that is a lot smaller. Look, that's for the little dogs. So your Chihuahuas and stuff like that would fit in those, wouldn't they? Because it's just got a little hold gain. Maybe we make a bank of 4 of these. So that's for the titchy little doggies. Now to the Lassie house, I think it's maybe got a bigger door. So they're kind of for 3 different sizes. So the Lassie one's for the bigger ones because it's got a bigger door. And then the Shepherd is for medium-sized dogs, and then that little one there is for the Rex one, is for the smaller dogs. So the doghouse, Gazdeck. So it's not as bright as the 3 that we've just done. So this is a much darker roof. We can either do a darker or a lighter roof. doghouse paw. So yeah, we can do 3 different colours. We'll go for the slightly darker roof, and then we'll go for the slightly paler front, and then the medium for the edging. Yeah, let's reverse this so the backs are together. Wrong button again, Kitty. Stop pressing the wrong button. Right, so I think that's one of every doghouse, so let's take a look at them. And you can decide which ones you prefer for your own gardens and builds and things. I think what we need to do here is put some more dog bowls. We want to go for the double one because that's the only one we can put water in. We just put a little row along the fence. Again, not the prettiest way to do it, but it means that they can walk away from the houses to get to food and water, and it also makes it much simpler for the helpers to fill the bowls, because they've not got to trudge all the way around the garden if they're mostly together. It just makes it simpler. I think we will see if those indoor automatic feeders can actually be put outside as well, because that would also make life a lot simpler. And then you could use these little bowls for wet food and real meat treat type things, and the auto feeder could then just be for the dry food. And that way you ensure that they are never without. Also, the open dog bowls like that, if it rains, then everything's wrecked and you've got to throw it all away. The auto feeder will protect most of the food inside the container. And then they've still got quite a bit of grass along the front here to play in, which means we want some toys for them to play with. Mostly solo play, I think, and there'll be a few things that the helpers and workers can play with them. So if we go on the indoor section and take a look. Yeah, so all the toys are in the indoor section, so I'm pretty sure we can put some of these out, because we did a few of these in our own garden, didn't we, for our 2 doggies that we picked up doing the jobs. Tennis ball's a good multi-purpose thing. They can play with it on their own, and then humans can throw it for them. Some chew toys is always a good thing to have, and then some of these tug toys for when you've got people to interact with them. In fact, what we'll do is we'll go through, we'll probably put out at least one of everything. Fake stick. I like the idea of a fake stick for them to chew on. Dogs absolutely adore sticks. The other day I walked through a park and I saw this little tiny dog trying to drag what looked like half a branch of a tree along the path with its owner walking behind it, almost falling over laughing because the branch was so much bigger than the dog, and the dog was so determinedly trying to pull it down the path. It was so funny. So sweet. Alright. Is that one of everything? Pretty much. I think this is the last one. It's one of these rope, the bigger rope. We'll put those rope things closer to the big dog house because they're much more utilised by bigger dogs, aren't they? And there's the auto feeders, so let's see if we can put these outside, because that would be really nice if we can. We can, yes! Oh, that's much better. And now we can put some of the auto water feeders, and then we've got water outside, so that's much better, much nicer. Right, so that took a lot longer than I expected it to, actually. I thought that putting some of the dog houses up would be actually quite quick. But it actually took a lot longer than expected. And to be honest, it's all quite regimented there and it doesn't look great. But to be fair, if you're trying to look after a lot of animals, it's going to be very difficult to make it very, very pretty. So I think that that's a pretty decent dog section for our build. So I think we'll leave it there for today. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!